Don't stop breathing.
What's up, everybody? It is AJ, aka Grim Horizon TV. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody's been having a great week. If you saw Monday's episode where I ripped open 2 of those heavy hitter boxes from Sam's Club, you know I have been. I am still riding that high from what we pulled out of those boxes there. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend going and doing it. Today, we are going to be checking out my VSTAR Universe Master Set on the Japanese side. This was the last set released from the Sword and Shield era, and in my opinion, it is the best set from the Sword and Shield era. But before we get into that, what we're going to do is my showcase card of the week. If you watched last week and you've been following along on my Instagram or what I've been doing on YouTube for a couple weeks now, I have been knocking out different cards every 7 days in the showcase cards iPhone case. And last week we had the Rocket Scyther. It's one of my all-time favorite artworks. I actually hate that I have to take this card out of the case because if I had to choose literally any card to leave in there indefinitely, it would be this card. But we're going to be going with this week a card from my childhood collection. It was one of my favorite cards when I was a kid. I'm a Squirtle starter guy, and this one right here is what we were putting in. It is a Squirtle from the VHS deck. I have zero clue how I acquired it as a child. I had to have gotten it from a trade event or something like that. I don't even know how I obtained Japanese product when I was that young. But that is what's going in. If you ever seen this card before or know about these cards, the VHS decks, they were like pre-built decks and they featured the starters. So the Squirtle line is one. I know the Bulbasaur line is the other half of it. And those cards are just really cool. They're different artworks. I don't think they were ever made on the English side. I'm almost positive of that. But I am collecting them in PSA slabs as well, just the Squirtles. This one right here is the main one. There is a secondary Squirtle too. There's a War Turtle card and the Blastoise card. You've probably seen the Blastoise card because it is the exact same art as the CD promo. But I absolutely love these. They are dope artworks. They're just cool. I mean, it's just stuff you don't see every day, and that's what I like putting into the case. So here we have it, week 8, Squirtle VHS deck. I hadn't done a Squirtle yet, so I just wanted to get that knocked out. So back to the binder, we are going to be going over an entire VSTAR Universe Master Set. This set is just really cool. There are a ton of alt arts in it. There are a ton of full arts, AR cards, just everything. If you haven't seen it completed, it's sick. It's pretty much the same exact set. It is the same set as the Crown Zenith side on English, but order's different, obviously, things like that. So let's just jump right into it and check it out. Okay, so jumping right into the binder, the most obvious fact about VSTAR Universe and Crown Zenith is the size. These sets are massive. The main set is 172 cards with every common, uncommon, and trainers in the back. They all have reverse holos. Now, the holos, the Vs, the the VSTAR cards, the VMAX cards, the Radiant cards, none of those do, but there's just so much going on and so much to track down to complete a set like this. If you've been following along with my finishing what I started 24 years ago videos, I won't buy any of those cards that I need for the original WotC sets on eBay or online, stuff like that. But, however, I did do it for VSTAR Universe. There's just no physical way to get every single reverse holo locally in my city. It's just not accessible to do so. So a lot of these cards, or a lot of the reverses, I'd say like maybe 25% of them I did buy on eBay. Now, they're cheap. They're under $1, at $1, somewhere right around there shipped. A lot of them were showing up weeks later from order date because they were coming from Japan, different countries. And I was just filling holes as the time went on. The overall set itself, it did come out in December of 2022. Pretty much every December, Pokemon will release a massive kind of like collector's special set. So VSTAR Universe was last year. This year's Shiny Treasure, that's been out or going on right now. VMAX Climax was the year before that. I do have a VMAX Climax Master Set in the works. It is just not finished. I have pretty much all of the main set. I think I'm missing a few of the art rares in the back, and I'm missing quite a few reverses for VMAX Climax. So I just need to get around to ordering them online. It's just not high on the priority list. I'm having too much fun doing the WotC sets, the vintage sets right now. But this one I did finish. I did knock it out 100% because as I was building this binder, it was just looking too good not to complete pretty much as soon as I could. So we're getting into the trainers now. There are quite a few of those. And then we're going to get into the art rares. That's going to be the next page here. So this is where the set really picks up and gets good. A lot of these cards were starting to get leaked, I think late October into November of 22. And when I started seeing some of these art rares pop up, when I started seeing some of the alt arts pop up, I just kind of knew I had to do this set because it was just too good. I don't do a lot of master sets. I've only really been doing the actual like specialty sets that Pokemon comes out with. VSTAR Universe being one of them, VMAX Climax like I mentioned, and Pokemon 151, all on the Japanese side though. I stopped really opening English for actual master sets. I open a ton of English with my girlfriend. She collects a ton of different style cards, types of cards, but I just don't keep a lot of it myself. Or I might grade it if it's a good hit or things along those lines. But this right here, so we've gotten into the art rares. This is the God Pack. One of my buddies actually pulled this on a Whatnot stream, and I ended up buying it from him because I never pulled a God Pack from VSTAR Universe. So that is the last card of the God Pack. And then we get into the SARs, the special art rares, which are the biggest hits from this set. So there's a lot of good ones. The Charizard, a lot of people like that one. My favorite is going to be the Mewtwo, the Zeraora cards. The Glaceon's really nice. The Lucario. I mean, there's options everywhere you look on these pages. The Deoxys cards are sick. Let's flip this over here. God, I don't even know where to start. The trainer cards are probably some of my favorites. The Irida I did pull myself. I've pulled the majority of these because I've ripped, if I had to guess, 20 to 30 VSTAR boxes for my personal self before I started buying singles. I have sources. I was getting them cheap. I wasn't paying these crazy prices you see online where it's 130 bucks a box or whatever stores might have been charging for it. But I had fun doing it. I mean, it's a lot of money invested, and I don't even know if invested is the right word, but it's just fun. It's just fun ripping packs that you know you're going to keep and build and then trade off those hits for other cards you need. I mean, it's just the whole reason why we all do it. The gold cards, I did have to track down. I only physically pulled one of them, which luckily enough was the Giratina. I pulled that from a pack. Super stoked. That came out of a box that I had bought. All the special energies are SRs as well. I think those were one per box. So it was kind of easy to, if you ripped as much as me, it was pretty easy to obtain all the different style energies, but the golds were really hard and some of these SARs were harder to get than others. So the Cynthia is one of my favorites. There's just so many good options. There's not a bad card in this set in my opinion overall. I really hope you enjoyed checking that out with me because I definitely enjoyed sharing it. The VSTAR Universe is one of my favorite sets I have in my collection. It's just, there's just something cool about collecting something that's not easily accessible to you. There's so many people that do English master sets because obviously we're in the United States. This is what we have here. But I just like doing the Japanese side. Now, if you like this kind of content, I can definitely do others because Pokemon 151 on the Japanese side, it is a lot harder to finish than in the English counterpart. The Master Balls are expensive. The Master Balls are hard to find. There is only one per box. I think I'm sitting at 80 or 90 currently in my binder. I have the full main set. I have every SAR, every alt art. I have everything in 151 through the reverses. I'm only missing Master Balls. So what is there, 150 or so? I need 50, 60 more to go. So if you want to see a video on that, I can definitely do a 151 overview video with the binder where I'm currently at, because that's going to take quite some time to complete. Those cards are not easy to track down. Monday's video is 50-50. I think I'm going to do one. If you watch my last video, I stated my mom was coming to town. Monday is obviously Christmas, so I got a lot of stuff going on with family. We'll see. Hopefully, I have one. If I don't, I will see you next Thursday. Otherwise, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone, and I hope you enjoyed what we saw today.
Don't stop.